When most people think about starting a business, they picture a massive barrier to entry. We've been conditioned to believe that you need venture capital, a signed lease on premium office space, and a full corporate team before you can even open your doors. If you have a solid idea but zero funding, looking at that wall of required capital is paralyzing. It creates a psychological block where capable people talk themselves out of starting because they don't have the cash to do it the right way. So they enter what becomes an endless planning phase. They tweak their logos, write 60-page business plans, and wait for perfect market conditions, or that elusive small business loan to finally come through. But while they worry about the financial cost of launching, they ignore a much heavier toll, the cost of inaction. Months and years pass, and that initial window of opportunity slowly closes. Waiting for perfect conditions ensures one thing: you never reach the starting line. There is a completely different way to build. It's called the Barefoot Business Methodology, and it relies on a very simple rule. You launch your enterprise using exactly the resources you have access to today. This diagram illustrates a concept called capital substitution. If you don't have a stack of cash to weigh down your side of the scale, you can balance it by using alternative currencies. You swap in your available time, your specific skills, and your personal network. By relying on these alternative weights instead of a massive bank loan, you force your business to grow with strict operational discipline. Every decision has to be resourceful, which naturally filters out the reckless spending that sinks a lot of well-funded startups. Operating this way also carries a major secondary benefit. Because you aren't taking outside money, you retain 100% equity in your company and maintain absolute control over every direction you take. Limited initial funding functions as a rigorous operational filter, forcing efficiency and resilience into the company's DNA from the very first day. Let's move from theory into daily operational tactics. This is what a modern, bootstrapped enterprise actually looks like. It's lean, highly focused, and designed to minimize overhead. To acquire the services you need without draining your limited funds, you rely on non-cash bartering. You trade the value you can produce for the infrastructure you lack. For example, a graphic designer doesn't pay cash for an accountant or an expensive lawyer. Instead, they trade branding updates in exchange for bookkeeping services or contract review. You can also apply this to finding customers by networking across. You look for parallel businesses that share your target audience but aren't direct competitors, and you co-host events or bundle your services to reach new clients without spending a dime on traditional advertising. Every time you successfully barter a deal like this, you achieve two things. You protect your fragile early cash flow, and you build a resilient, authentic business relationship that cash simply cannot buy. When it comes to scaling those operations, you don't need to hire a massive support staff right away. The modern alternative is intelligent workflow automation. This flowchart shows how linking software handles repetitive labor. A single customer form triggers an automated sequence, instantly routing data, logging the client, sending a welcome email, and assigning tasks simultaneously. The human operator is removed from busy work, stepping in only for high-level decisions. By leveraging this kind of structural efficiency, a single bootstrapped founder can match the operational volume and the professionalism of an entire corporate team. Once your back-end operations are lean and automated, you need to turn your attention outward to your singular launch goal. You're looking to achieve minimum viable momentum. To do this, you have to strip away all the bloated, complex features you eventually want to build. Instead, you distill your business down into one small, highly useful offer. Your entire focus shifts to securing your very first transaction. You are trying to solve a specific problem for one single real customer, proving that your core concept actually works in the real world. That first customer initiates what is known as the proof loop. You take their authentic testimonial and immediately reinvest it as marketing collateral, using their success to attract your next tier of clients. Real momentum is built one transaction at a time, using your current resources to prove the value of your business to one customer after another.
Readiness is an illusion built by waiting. Discover more from author Scott Davignon at scottdavignon.com.